Greetings, I'm Toglin, Hell's Harlequin, but you may call me Tog. So, today we're going to talk about the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett Smith incident, and who is the most responsible for this? Could it be Chris Rock, the one who told the joke? Jada, the one who rolled her eyes? Or is it Will Smith, the one who did the slappy slap? Just waltzed right on stage and acted like he owned the place and just slapped Chris Rock. Like, maybe this is an attempt of rebranding on Will Smith's part. If so, it is the most failed attempt I have ever seen. He's like, you know what? I am tired of being a sweet little cinnamon roll. Everyone thinks of me as all sweet and gooey, but I'm going to prove that I am manly. I mean, I'm going to walk up and I'm going to slap that neurodivergent guy. I say neurodivergent rather than autistic because he's not technically autistic, because if he would have been diagnosed years ago, they would have probably given him Asperger's, but he's been pretty recently diagnosed from my understanding, and they diagnosed with him with something very similar to autism, but it's not autism. So Chris Rock probably had no idea what Will Smith's intentions were, because that might be why people thought it was staged, because he was smiling up till the end and he seemed especially confused, but was able to pick himself right up because he's a pro, he's a champ. I'm biased. I love Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. I mean, who doesn't love Osmosis Jones? But anyways, he can't read body language at all whatsoever. From what I understand, he actually practices his acting in front of a mirror to get his facial expressions and his deliveries right, which I think that's kind of fun. I might have something similar to that, to be honest. But anyway, off the topic, we're talking about Will Smith and Jada. Like, everybody wants to blame everybody but Will Smith. I know, he's the Fresh Prince. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1987. So, trust me, I still could sing the entire opening to that show, and I haven't seen it in years. I'm not going to, because I'm going to save us a little time, and you don't need to hear that. I don't want to subject you to that level of cringe. But anyways, yes, we all love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he can do no wrong, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jada's fault. Yep, it's definitely Jada's fault. I mean, she's a tramp. They're in an open relationship. That's definitely it. She's drove him over the edge. Or maybe she's not too bad. I mean, she managed to keep a boyfriend and a husband for a number of years, and she's been with Will Smith, 30 years? Something crazy long like that? And here's the thing. Maybe their relationship is toxic as fuck. I don't know. I don't live with them. I know that they seem to like embarrassing him, and Jada seems to like provoking him in that little, Red Table show or whatever. I tried to watch some for a little research for this video, but it was difficult to watch, not gonna lie. But yeah, she does. I know there was that whole incident where he got really upset that she was filming him without his consent. So there is a lot of evidence to point that their relationship is pretty darn toxic. But let me ask you something. If you had a terrible job, it's just driving you over the edge, you were at the middle of a mental breakdown at any point in time, and some dude gets your order wrong at McDonald's, and you reach over the counter and you just slap him. Just be slappy slap. Is it your job's fault? Should your job get in trouble? No! You're the one who did the slap! Oh man, people are I think I watched a video by The Quartering, and he said, oh, Will Smith, he's 100% to blame, but Jada. His toxic relationship with Jada is a separate issue, if their relationship is toxic. Their evidence points to it probably is. But we don't know. They might just be, I don't know. A lot of it could be for show. Maybe they just have normal issues. They both seem a little narcissistic, so I don't know. I really, really don't know. Um, but that's the thing. His toxic relationship with Jada is a separate issue. That's completely separate. Just like if you were to smack at a McDonald's employees, sure, your workplace is driving you mad, but that is a separate issue from smacking a McDonald's employee. Sure, okay, Jada rolled her eyes at the joke and she was visibly upset, and Will Smith did laugh before he saw her upset. But it almost makes me wonder if he was on some sort of substance, because he's like, heh, oh shoot. Well, I'm gonna go kick his ass, because gotta save face. Because you never know. They're celebrities. I don't know if Will Smith does drugs. I would not be surprised. Like, honestly. Even if they claim they don't. It just wouldn't be surprising, because Hollywood, right? But let's look at what people who say Chris Rock is at fault. That's the next person that people say it is definitely his fault. He should not be making fun of alopecia. It is a serious condition. She's losing her hair, and a girl's hair is her life. Right? So, for one thing, he didn't know she had alopecia. He really didn't know. I mean, people say, well, they're both in Hollywood, and they're both black, so he should know, and they were friends, or at least acquaintances, because they both did Madagascar together, at least the first one. But he had a big falling out with her because of the Oscars so white thing, because he roasted her a lot worse in that particular Oscars. You should totally look it up. It's really funny. So yeah, I don't see. I also think that it's a very light poke. I wouldn't even say it was that bad of a joke. I mean, that was it. Saying that I'm looking forward to you in G.I. Jane 2. That's enough to get a hit over? Oh my goodness. And I know a lot of people trying to say, oh, but the Oscars. The Oscars isn't a celebrity roast. It's the Oscars. It's a serious award show. It's a serious award show. Well, here's the thing, honey. I looked up how long celebrity roasts have been going on with the Oscars, and the information I have found, I'm not linking any information, I'm sorry. Like I said, this is sort of a rant. But from what I have seen, there's always been at least a light roasting in the Oscars, like probably from day one. But most of the time it was geared towards more of the producers and directors. It didn't seem like they started really poking at like actors until around the late 70s. But it was pretty prevalent towards the 80s and such like that. But it's usually always just very light pokes like what Chris Rock did. I know there was that whole fiasco pretty recently in the 20-teens because the comedians they've been getting have been kind of downright mean. I mean, it does feel more like a celebrity roast, but I would definitely not say that is what Chris Rock did. I feel like that was just a light poke. He didn't know she had alopecia. That's why he was like, it's a G.I. Jane joke. And there's people who say it was staged, but you could tell the obvious confusion on Chris Rock's face. And I say, that boy is a pro. He just went on with the show, and I was a Chris Rock fan before, and I'm an even bigger fan now. And, oh, my boy Will Smith. Oh, Willard, why you gotta break my heart like that? I had a bit of a crush on him, just a little bit, but now I'm just like, that's very bad form. I mean, you were the guy who didn't cuss in his rap. We expect something of you. We expect something of your brand. We expect more from you. So, whose fault? It's Will's fault. It is completely Will Smith's fault. I know all of you guys are going to try and blame everybody else. Oh, Like, another note though, this is just more of my personal entertainment because you have no idea how much fun I've been having reading through comments of people fighting over this incident. Like, I love it when a shit show happens. I love it because I love reading the fighting in the comments. I am just, I don't know, maybe I'm like, what is that? Like, is it a misanthrope or those people who hate everyone? Maybe there's just a little bit of that, in me because I love seeing people fight. The funniest thing I saw was people saying that Will Smith, he defended black women. Black women need defending. Like, nobody's been, he is a hero towards the black community, and Chris Rock only says stuff that white people find funny. I mean, so if you're black, you have to support Will Smith. I'm like, dang, so does that mean when Will Smith hit Chris Rock, he like slapped the black out of him, being like, here, that's your black card just fell because I just defended a black woman. So I am now officially blacker than you. Oh, sorry. I just find that so funny. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I wish all of you a pleasant rest of your day.